Hey, what's up? My name is Jake, and you might be wondering what a drum fill is based on the fact that you clicked on this video. Well, as drummers, we tend to play consistent beats as means of laying a solid groundwork that music can be built off of, along with a bass player. And sometimes we get a little bored of that, and even as listeners, we might get a little bored of that. So, we have little things called fills that we do, which are basically variations to break up all that redundant playing. So, hopefully, what a fill does is act as kind of like a comma in a sentence. If we skip commas, it's a little strange. They're called run ons, I believe, in English. Sorry to all my English teachers if that's wrong. And without commas, stuff seems to go on and on and on and on. So, hopefully, we get to break that up with drum fills. Fills can be very, very complicated or very, very simple. They can be one note, for crying out loud. But all that something is required to have to be a drum fill is just a little bit of variation. So today I'm going to show you a little bit of help to make some good drum fills, hopefully good drum fills. But it's subjective, and it's honestly your choice as a drummer to what you play, and you just better hope that it's good. Number one thing to make sure is that it fits the song. So if you're playing a tiny, soft, little jazz ballad or whatever, I don't want to hear Phil Collins in the air tonight. Do, right? Maybe. It depends who you are. You know, you can pull off some stuff, but sometimes it's just better to play it safe. So some more practical tips would be to use your bass drum. As drummers, one of the first fills we're taught tends to be right, left, 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 right down the drum set, and end with a crash. But that, like, you got an extra limb. You got a few extra limbs, in fact. So to neglect them is just kind of dumb. So what if we were to play that same fill? I don't have any toms here, so I'm going to be playing around with various toys. And what if we added bass drums on the quarter notes like this? Might not seem like much, but just those little things might help keep the momentum going and make sure the fill doesn't feel like a pause. Fills should feel like the groove is staying, the groove keeps on going, and it hasn't stopped, unless that's the point. Sometimes you need 2, 3, 4, stuff like that, just for, you know, silence purposes. It helps create an impact. One of the things I don't hear mentioned enough is that a good drum fill should, in my opinion, have the backbeat still in it. Like, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the 4, but you get the point. So think of it like this. Say I'm playing a drum beat and I go ahead and play a fill like this. That's fine and dandy and all, but one way to make sure the momentum keeps going is to never even take away that backbeat. Make sure that left hand is still playing that 2 and 4. So maybe I could do something like this. It's still there, and nothing feels like it's missing. It doesn't feel like you're taking a pause, catching your breath, and keep on rolling with it. Another thing that most musicians seem to neglect that don't play classical music, or just any written music for that matter, is dynamics. Dynamics are so important. Whether you're playing a beat, whether you're playing a fill, whether you're resting, that's not true. But dynamics are what make you feel something in music more often than not. Without dynamics, everything is flat. You can think of it like this. And dynamics gives it the hills and the valleys and makes it feel like waves. You know, kind of cool. So a lot of times as drummers, one of the big fills we'll do, I don't know if there's a proper term for it, but you all know it's the, you know, build up, vamp, something along those lines. Whatever it is, the reason it works so well is because of the dynamics. It goes from very, very soft to very, very loud over the short course of time. And it could be over a long course of time. It just depends on the duration of the build-up. But think about it if I were to play it like this. This is the way not to do one of those drum fills. feels very pointless because there's no momentum going, and the momentum is carried by the dynamics. A great way to end a fill or to start the beat again, which most people know how to do, but just in case you don't, is a crash. Just a crash and a bass drum like this on the first beat of the next bar. So say I'm going to play in a beat and I want to play a fill. Ending it like that or starting the beat like that is a great way to transition and say, okay, boom, here's the next part. Here's the verse, here's the chorus, here's the bridge, whatever. And I will leave you with one more thing, and I hope you've made it to the end of this video, because if anything, I want you to remember, it is this. The timing of the fills needs to stay the same. If someone slows down during a drum fill, you know it. If someone speeds up during a drum fill, you know it. You can tell, and it hurts. It hurts bad. So practice with your metronome, you know, all those things that drummers say to do. Count. Please count when you play when you're starting out, and if you want to, count when you play when you're not starting out, because counting is so, so important. Counting helps you internalize the beat, and will just make you a great musician all around. So here's the counting. That's all. How crazy is that? Bye-bye.